Hello traders, and very good afternoon, and welcome to today's episode 99 of Post Market Analysis. I would say not post, but the live market analysis. The current time is 3:24 p.m. IST, and we are just 6 minutes away from the market close. Before I go through today's analysis, just to give you a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. With that, let's look at how the auction developed today, and let me just quickly share my screen. So what we are looking here is this was the balance which I shared earlier, and what has happened is yesterday it was look above the balance and fail, and today we are lowering towards the edge of the balance. Okay. So this is nothing much is happening. We are still trading in a big range, and the reason why there was this big gap up was because of the financial package or the financial aid, and the reason why we are seeing today a big gap down is so basically the sentiment is again negative. So that's why everyone is going taking a short trade. So that is what currently is seen. So nothing much has changed, but what has happened is that we are now trading in a very narrow range from 9500 to 9000. Okay, so this is a 500 point range which we are trading for the moment. Also, one thing to note here is this gap is not yet filled, and also there is one more gap which is formed today. Okay, so the day before yesterday's gap has been filled, so that is good, but there is one more gap which is currently been formed for the moment. Okay, so looking from the dynamic volume profile perspective, yesterday I shared that odds are high that we'll be touching the low of the balance, and that is what we are currently seeing. The auction is just trailing or trading in one direction. Also, I shared that this LVN would be my reference point. I shared, I think, in a couple of videos, and basically, so we have two balances. So if the upper balance is getting rejected, odds are high that we'll be seeing acceptance in the lower balance, and that was clearly seen within in the first 30-minute candle as it came, as it was clearly accepted within this reference line, and now we are just trading below it. So today I was not able to trade because I was continuously busy with a lot of meetings, and there were also a couple of webinars which I did. So one webinar I was at 11 AM IST, and now I am having second webinar at 9:30 PM IST. So that is for the US market. So that's why I was not able to take any trades, and the 11 o'clock webinar I worked, it was going till it ended at around 2 p.m. So it was a good webinar, had a good participation, a lot of questions. So about the webinar, I'll share the details later on. But today, let me just add the dynamic volume profile, and what I'm currently seeing is we still have one more gap. Okay, there is this gap also which has not been cleared, and the low of the balance is not yet tagged. Okay, so first of all, I'll be looking forward that this thing to be tagged. If this is not happening, then what we will see is the point of control or the volume point of control will act as the level of support, and we might see getting this filling this gap. So this gap filling this gap will be an important event for me. If this does not happen, and if we see continuation to the downside, then there are a lot of demand zones, and odds are high that we'll be seeing some sort of reversal. Okay, so now let me quickly jump to the market profile chart. And from the market profile chart, some of the references which I shared yesterday was, first of all, the high, then there was the single print zone. This was the reference line and the low. Okay, but what had happened today is, so this is the open. It opened within the 12th of May high, and basically high confidence selling and low confidence buying was seen right from the market open. So this is the open, and it quickly tried to move up, but again the sellers tried to step in, so indicating that strong selling is present. And also, if you see where this high is, this is around the single print zone. So the higher the odds that a lot of sellers will be present, and that's what they did. Today the entire auction was dominated by the sellers, and what is happening is then slowly and steadily all the anomalies which were formed on the 12th of May, they are all getting repaired. Okay, so this is currently what is happening, and if we see a close below, if we see a close around the lows, then the odds are higher that we might tag this point of control. So this point of control will be an important reference for me. So what will happen is auction will go here, it will do some sort of stop hunting, and then we might see some sort of reversals. Also, if you see, there is a single print and there are a lot of anomalies. So this is also an anomaly, this is also an anomaly. So a lot of anomalies, structural anomalies are there, indicating that odds are higher that we might be seeing a bounce back maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So tomorrow, I think being the expiry day, what we'll be seeing is some sort of balance which will be formed, and odds are higher that we might see sort of reversal. Second thing is, there was a prominent point of control reference which was formed, followed by a gap. So, you know, this indicates that, a lot of short-term players and a lot of short-term activity is present for the current, the auctions which are getting developed in the Nifty's future chart. Okay. So from VSA, so if you missed the down move from VSA, there was a splendid sell signal which generated around 115 or 1350, and this was a clear signal to take a short position. Targeting, your first target should be the lows, and second target you can trade, okay, based on either the VWAP or based on, you can use this SAR PSAR indicator, or any ATR indicators. Okay, so again, I missed this opportunity to short, but that's fine as I was caught up with work. So anyways, let me see if I'm able to find any opportunity to short tomorrow, or to trade tomorrow. Okay, so moving on to the next instrument is crude oil, and crude again is slowly and steadily. So if you draw a trend line, if you draw a trend line like this, and if you draw a trend line like this, so it is slowly and steadily, slowly and steadily just moving up. So and plus the range is also narrowing down. So this means that we are in a contraction phase. Okay, and odds are higher that we will be seeing a sort of expansion either on the upside or either on the downside, because stops are getting built at both the levels. Okay, so still there is no clear indication or direction in crude oil. So let me just see from the volume profile. Yeah. So currently the crude is still in the uptrend, and I'll be looking to monitor the confidence at 2044. So this is just about 42 or 41 points away. And from the market profile chart, one of the reference which I kept today was this high which formed yesterday. This is the the inventory high. When the inventory announcement came, and it tagged, and then it quickly shifted below the UK sessions high. Okay, when this happened, this was a good opportunity to take a short trade with your target of maybe the half back level, or maybe around the point of control. Okay, so what happened in the overnight, or in the morning session, in the Indian morning session, is we are still trading in this range. Okay, so this is a big range. So let me clear all this. So basically, this is the range which I was looking at. So the Indian session was trading in this range, and currently what I'm seeing is the value is also overlapping. Okay, so there was no trade for me. The trade for me was if I am able to, if it tags the value area low, I'll be looking for a long position. Okay, but now in the UK session, what has happened is the value has shifted higher. Okay, so this should, once the value has shifted higher, this should give you confidence that you can take a long trade, keeping your first target as the high of the yesterday's US session. So this is what happened, and currently the auction is just going up. Also the value is forming higher. So the next point of reference for me is gonna be, so let me just shrink this. So the next point of reference is gonna be this all-time high for the that is at 2044. And also if you see, there are a lot of this failed auction G2 high and a lot of reference points which are clearly built here. And this can be also good reference, and this too. So this too, I'll be taking forward as my reference points. Okay, because this is the where a sort of double print and triple prints were formed. So this is what I'll be taking forward. So what I'm anticipating is in the US session, we might see, if we see continuation to the higher, I'll be closely monitoring at this reference level, that is at 2044. And if the auction, so let's say if this does not happen, if the up move does not happen, if the auction reverses and if it enters within the UK's high, then I'll be looking to take a short position targeting this single print zone. Okay, because this will act as the level of support for the for the auction which is going to develop today. Okay, so let me zoom this. Yeah, so this is what I'm currently seeing. From the VSA chart also, there were a couple of good options or entry signals to take along. First of all, delta is positive, so you should look for a long opportunity. And when this VWAP rejection was seen, this is where you could have taken a long position, targeting this HVN. Okay, so this was easily achieved, and now again there is this signal generated, and you can also have, you should have taken this long position because delta is still positive in this zone. So crude currently is clearly giving is showing bullish, and let's see what happens in the UK market. Sorry, I mean in the US market. Also, a lot of buyers are there. So if you see about 349, good buying, 552, good buying, good stacked momentum buyers are there, who are taking the option up. Okay. So this is what I would like to share, and before that, I have also added natural gas. So I'm currently observing this, and I'll share once I'm able to. So I just started it today because one of the webinar participants was very eager to because he's a natural gas trader. So I thought let me also start looking and observing at this market, and as soon as I gain some confidence, I'm able to understand the entire option, then I'll try to share my analysis. Okay, so that is what currently I'm having, and I will say, so with that I would like to end this session, and would request you to please do like, subscribe, and press the bell icon if you are not subscribed to my channel. Also do like this video, as the more you give me the likes, the better reach it will give me, and it will also help to promote the video organically. So thank you, and if you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to share in within your comments, and so take care, and bye for now.